Liverpool fans, this is big. January transfer drama, Van Dijk's future hint, a Man United target wanting the Reds, and a new signing calling it a dream move. All the latest Liverpool news starts right now. Subscribe for daily LFC updates. Richard Hughes must avoid massive Liverpool mistake in January. Liverpool's 2025-26 season has been rather questionable so far. The Reds find themselves 14 points adrift of first-placed Arsenal, with just under half of the Premier League campaign to go. Indeed, Arne Slot may have led his men to a decent draw against the Gunners on Thursday, but that doesn't mean that their poor performances across the rest of the term should be brushed over. One of their main problems has been the lack of grit that their defense has shown, with even more disruption rumored to be coming their way this term. Richard Hughes cannot sell Joe Gomez in the January transfer window. Joe Gomez's future was heavily reported on in the summer, when talk of Mark Guehi making the move to Liverpool was dominating headlines. Gomez's future looked to be up in the air. However, since Crystal Palace chose against sanctioning the transfer of their captain during the dying embers of the window, talk of Gomez's exit was immediately shut down. Surprisingly, this hasn't halted AC Milan's interest in the center-back, with a new report now emerging about his future. In a fresh report from Calcio Mercato, AC Milan have once again returned to Liverpool to ask about Gomez. The Englishman is a desirable candidate for Massimiliano Allegri, who also wanted to sign him in the summer. Despite their interest, Liverpool have never clearly expressed their desire for Gomez to leave, with AC Milan looking for the center-back to kick up a fuss in order to force a move. Although his transfer isn't likely, the report suggests that his future still isn't very clear. Joe Gomez could play a major part in the rest of Liverpool's season. Although Gomez doesn't seem to be trusted by Slot, he's still going to be important to how their season pans out. As mentioned, Liverpool's defense has caused them all sorts of problems this term, and if they did end up moving Gomez on, they'd only find themselves in even more trouble. They're already short on center-backs as it is, and with the way that things seem to be going, there's bound to be more injuries on the horizon. If the defender can keep fit for the rest of the campaign, he could have a major role to play in the rest of the Reds' season, with the club still competing for the Champions League. There's still a lot of the campaign left to go, and since Connor Bradley is now likely to be sidelined for a while, this could be Gomez's final chance to prove his worth.
Virgil van Dijk refuses to rule out unexpected career change after Liverpool exit. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk swapped the Anfield turf for Vogue Studios in a recent fashion shoot, where he jokingly refused to rule out more appearances on the catwalk after his football career ends. Liverpool's star defender, Virgil van Dijk, has cheekily hinted at a potential future strutting his stuff on the catwalk once his football days are over. The Dutch center-back, renowned as one of the finest of his era, is best known for his exploits on the pitch. However, he recently swapped the Anfield grass for the glitz and glamour of a Vogue photo shoot, posing for a series of snaps, including one with a Liverpool flag draped around him. When quizzed by Vogue about the possibility of more fashion shoots in his future, the 34-year-old chuckled, saying, "I mean, never say never." But fans need not worry. There's no sign yet that he'll be swapping his football boots for the catwalk anytime soon. Van Dijk is contracted to Liverpool until 2027, having inked a 2-year extension just before last season wrapped up. He was handed the captain's armband following Jordan Henderson's move to Saudi Arabian team Al Ettifaq in the summer of 2013, and has been an ever-present force since his big-money move from Southampton. The Dutchman put in another stellar performance in the recent goalless draw against Premier League frontrunners Arsenal, as he looks to help reignite the Reds' season after a rocky start. Reflecting on the match and Liverpool's fluctuating season, Van Dijk said, "If you play for Liverpool, you have to play with confidence and still be confident even if it has been a very inconsistent season. There is an opportunity every 3 or 4 days. You want to go out there and enjoy yourself, but also to show your quality with every moment that you have." There was a lot of noise around this game and a lot of talk around this game, and we managed everything pretty well, and we had the biggest chance in the end with the ball on the crossbar. Listen, we have had very good performances throughout the season, but not for 90 minutes. We have been very inconsistent, and consistency is the key to being successful, and that has been proven. That is what we had last year, and unfortunately, in that sense, we haven't been good enough this season. The only thing we can do is try and get it back, and every 3 or 4 days we have an opportunity to do that. But we also need consistency in no injuries, and that is unfortunately part of the game, and we are dealing with that as well. While the performances on the pitch haven't been at their free-flowing best, Arne Slot has managed to stop Liverpool's poor run of form compared to where it was. Since a 3-3 draw with Leeds, the Reds have managed to shore up their defense a little, picking up 4 wins and 3 draws in that time. Those 3 draws have come in their previous 3 meetings, however, which includes a disappointing 2-2 draw with Fulham, where a late Cody Gakpo goal was cancelled out by a wonder strike from Harrison Reed. The latest, a 0-0 against Arsenal, may be seen as a more positive point, leaving the side in the top 4. With the title now seemingly out of reach, bar a dramatic loss of form from the top 3, Slot has outlined that the target this season is to land a place in the Champions League. While there are those aims in the league, that will be put on hold for a quick switch to cup action. Liverpool are set to welcome Barnsley for the 3rd round of the FA Cup this weekend. Following their clash with the League One side, they'll be back at Anfield to face Burnley, before jetting off to France for a Champions League showdown against Marseille.
Who is Diamande? Man United target says he wants to play for Liverpool. Manchester United has been strongly linked with a January move for Diamande, although it appears the RB Leipzig star only has eyes for a transfer to Liverpool. He might be the subject of Manchester United interest this month, but it seems Diamande only has eyes for Liverpool. The 19-year-old has burst onto the scene in the Bundesliga after joining RB Leipzig in the summer, and his performances have not gone unnoticed, with rumors of another move doing the rounds at the moment. Liverpool has been linked, with advanced contact said to have been made last month, although it's Manchester United that is being strongly linked at the moment. The Red Devils, though, won't be too thrilled to hear what Diamande has had to say about his dream move. "I want to play at Anfield. I want to play for Liverpool," Diamande is reported to have said during a TikTok live video that has been doing the rounds on social media. "I'm a big Liverpool fan. My father's dream is to see me play for Liverpool." Despite caught offside claiming that United has made a bid for the teenager then, it seems it's Liverpool that holds an advantage for any potential transfer, whether it be this month or in the summer. Interest is particularly high in Diamande at the moment, with the winger flying after making the move to Leipzig in the summer, while he's also starring for Ivory Coast at the Africa Cup of Nations, having scored in the last 16 win over Burkina Faso on Tuesday. Diamande has 7 goals and 4 assists from just 16 appearances for Leipzig this season, having made the move from Spanish side Leganes. It's been a rapid rise for the Abidjan-born forward. Diamande moved to the United States at a young age to join the DME Academy in Florida, where he helped AS Frenzy to an unbeaten season as he claimed the local league title in 2023. He went on trial with Scottish Premiership club Rangers later that year, but would return to Florida until getting picked up by Leganes in November 2024. He was handed his debut by the club against Real Madrid in March 2025, coming on as a late substitute in a 3-2 defeat at the Bernabeu, before earning his first start just 2 weeks later against Barcelona, as his talent quickly became clear. Although Leganes would be relegated from La Liga, Diamande had clearly done enough to impress plenty of people as he earned his switch to Leipzig, going on to make his first start for the club against Bayern Munich on the opening day of the season. According to a Bundesliga profile on the player, Diamande is similar to Borussia Dortmund star Karim Adeyemi, another player that has been linked with a move to Liverpool in recent years.
He's a left winger with outstanding speed, can dribble, is very athletic, and can finish, Leipzig managing director Marcel Schäfer said. He also never gives up the ball and works for the team. Despite all the excitement, we should give Jan enough time to settle into life in Leipzig and the Bundesliga. How much more time Diamande will get at Leipzig remains to be seen, with the 19-year-old earning plenty of admirers across Europe and in particular in the Premier League. With Liverpool likely to be looking at forward options in the near future, that dream move to Liverpool could well move closer to becoming a reality.
I tried to leave Liverpool for years. Now I'm showing Arne Slot what I can do. Kelleher has established himself as one of the Premier League's best goalkeepers this season. Kelleher is certainly showing Arne Slot the immense quality he possesses in what has been a superb start to his Brentford career. The 27-year-old left Liverpool to join the Bees last summer in an £18 million deal to mark the end of his 10-year spell at Anfield. The Republic of Ireland international had made 67 first-team appearances for the Reds under Jurgen Klopp and Slot, but usurping Alisson Becker as the club's number one was a challenge he was unable to win. With Liverpool agreeing to sign Georgi Mamardashvili in 2024 for £29 million in a deal that was officially finalized last summer, Kelleher's time at Anfield looked to be coming to an end, and it was a move the Irishman wanted in order to progress his career. Kelleher will certainly harbor no regrets about his decision to move to West London, as he's been ever present in Brentford's stellar season so far, with the club sitting 7th in the Premier League table. It was before the Bees' first game of the season that the goalkeeper opened up about the fact that his desire to depart Merseyside had been playing on his mind for several years. Speaking in an interview with The Telegraph, Kelleher said, "The summer before, I came close-ish to leaving. Then, throughout the whole season, I was wanting to be a number one, and obviously, the next and probably best time for me to move was going to be this summer. So, I was just focusing on last season, trying to do well and play well. As it goes more towards the end of the season, you're thinking about the next year and the next season. It became apparent Brentford were interested in me, and I think once they registered their interest, I was quite keen, and things moved quite quickly then. It plays in the back of your mind the whole season. I wanted to be a number one and wanted to do that for this season. To be fair, the last number of years, I was kind of more looking to get a move and to try being the number one, so I don't think it was a big thing for me whether it was this season or not. But I think the time, with 1 year left, added up to be right, and the club obviously needed to make a decision as well and needed to sell." Kelleher, who has made the most penalties saved in the league this season, 2, has also made the joint 4th most saves, 58, with his heroics seeing him earn huge praise by Ben Foster. The ex-Manchester United stopper discussed Kelleher's performances on Talk Sport back in November, as he said, "He's been phenomenal this season. I think what he's been exposed to at Liverpool, because he played quite a few games at Liverpool. Don't forget, Alisson had quite a few spells where he's been out injured. I think the way he handled himself at Liverpool, for one, was phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant performances, really calm and measured. But I think that comes off the back of one, obviously his character. I think that's just how he is as a person anyway. But secondly, just being surrounded by Alisson as the number one goalkeeper, getting to watch that week in, week out. Because if you watch him play, Alisson, he is the personification of calmness under pressure. Any moment, you know that he's in full control of everything he's doing." Liverpool new signing breaks silence after completing dream transfer, as Sadio Mané message sent. Indi has spoken publicly after completing his £1 million move to Liverpool. Indi has admitted Sadio Mané made him dream of playing for Liverpool following the completion of his move to Anfield. The Reds announced the signing of Senegal youth centre-back on Friday, with the 18-year-old linking up with the club's under-21s ranks from Amity FC in his homeland. The deal is believed to be worth roughly £1 million, as reported by the Echo's LFC correspondent Paul Gorst, while the teenager has signed a 4.5-year professional contract with Liverpool.
The Reds scouted the Senegal Under-17s international at the recent Under-17s World Cup in Qatar, as the left-sided center-back made 4 appearances to help his country reach the knockout stages. The transfer was arranged through Matt Newberry, who is Liverpool's head of global talent at Anfield. While only at the very beginning of his Liverpool journey, Indi will dream of following in the footsteps of compatriot Mané. His fellow Senegalese established himself as a modern Reds legend under Jurgen Klopp, winning every major honor in 6 years at the club and scoring 120 goals. And taking to social media after completing his move to Anfield, Indi admitted that Mané was one of his inspirations as he shared his delight at completing a dream move. "I am very happy to join Liverpool for my first experience abroad. It is a dream club with a magnificent history and a rich record of success, shaped by great players, including Sadio Mané, who made me dream in this shirt. I cannot forget anyone. The work is only just beginning for all of us. Together, we will succeed by the grace of God." Uploading a number of pictures from his unveiling at Liverpool, Indi included one with former Chelsea and Newcastle United striker Demba Ba. The former Senegal international, who infamously denied the Reds the Premier League title in 2014, hung up his playing boots in 2021, and the 40-year-old now owns Indi's now former club, Amity FC, in Senegal.